This is a message from your guides reading for Human Angel. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and surround us in some protective space for this reading. Okay, and I'm using my green fluorite here. This actually has a really calming energy, but I'm feeling a really calm energy coming towards you regardless. So maybe I was just intuitively picking up on that, and then I happened to choose this as well. But it feels like some guides are sending this to you, especially one. I keep feeling one. It feels like one female guide is sending you a lot of healing energy, but um, the energy was going straight to your nose. It's almost like you were breathing it in and then bringing it down. So I don't know if that is indicating that you could incorporate breath work, or it might be that you're already doing that. This could be an energetic thing that I'm picking up on, that you're doing, but more with like a different body, because it does almost feel like something that you're currently doing. But if you're not already physically doing that, then that's definitely something that you could think about incorporating. And it feels like a really calming kind of energy. Very calm, very soothing. Okay, so getting to this question that you had with the dream, your guides speak to you a lot with dreams, I'm noticing. A lot of your questions pertain to that. I had this dream, and it's so obviously a message from your guides. But I also think that definitely has a lot to do with just the fact, I know part of it has to do with your specific gifts that you have, this one specific gift that you have. And then it also, on top of that, has to do with all this clearing and everything that you're doing at night, I feel like. So that's why you're able to access that and have so many dreams in this way. It's kind of a combination of those things, it feels like to me. But this question about this specific dream that you had, so this person is definitely a thought form, the person that you saw and that you were asking about in the dream, that scared you. This was definitely a thought form for sure. And it feels like this was releasing. So while you were sleeping, it's like this specific thought form was releasing, and you were feeling it as this kind of roller coaster kind of feeling. So I really feel like this roller coaster definitely is associated with clearing. There are different things that can produce a roller coaster kind of feeling, because I feel like I should bring up other things also. For instance, even something like Kundalini energy kind of rising and coming up. This can cause a type of feeling like that. Also, even something like your chakras spinning or coming, especially coming more into alignment. It could be this kind of whoosh kind of feeling like this, because your chakras are more being drawn into alignment. So they're coming into this perfect line where this energy can kind of travel up through, which is why the idea of Kundalini energy also comes up. But even something like one of your chakras starts really spinning and being activated where it wasn't before. Even that can cause a kind of thing like that. Or sometimes that can cause a different kind of feeling. That isn't so much coming up this way, like a roller coaster. It could be more a side kind of feeling, or something more circular than coming up like this. But still, I don't know, I still feel like even something like that could trigger a feeling like that. I have a feeling that it could. So that's even something to consider, because I don't feel like it's necessarily always the same thing. I feel like it might be a mix of things all at once, or it could even be one thing that triggers it, but where it's still, though, not necessarily one thing every single time. So it feels like this is kind of a mix of things waking up, as in chakras, energy centers, even almost like psychic portals or channels. You have those as well. But things coming to alignment where energies can pass through you is one thing. And chakras waking up. But then on the other hand, you have the idea, and this even more so feels like, I would say in a sense prominently what it is, but I still definitely feel significantly an idea of chakras moving around and coming into alignment and, spinning, waking up, things like that. And so your energy just kind of becoming more alive, which happens as you clear things. As you clear things, and that stuff is leaving your space, then it's like you can fill your space more. So that's going to cause different shifts, but there's the idea of a thought form leaving and kind of being pulled out. So it's like an energy coming up and vacating. That can definitely feel like a kind of whoosh kind of feeling. I actually feel that a lot myself. Not so much like in my guts where it's like this roller coaster feeling, but I will feel sometimes like, and I'll ask what it is, and they'll say, "Oh, we're removing a thought form," or something like that. So I just realized that's what it is. And it doesn't even have to be like a complete thought form. It can just be like a piece of a thought form even is coming out. And like as time goes on, it keeps shrinking. More of it keeps coming out. But it will feel like almost like this kind of pull. Like something is kind of drawing up. Like an energy though. It feels like an energy is kind of like coming like out of you like that. It feels like I'll start kind of feeling it at my head, like something is almost pulling out of my head, it feels like, but it might start somewhere else. It's not necessarily only my head. It just feels like this energy is vacating in a sense. So that's definitely something that comes up. If you have like a really deep thought form that they're working on, or more than one of them, and it is kind of large and taking up a lot of space, and they're pulling it up, it can definitely feel like a kind of roller coaster kind of feeling like that. I would say, especially if you're new to that or you're not used to it. And the fact that you keep on and on doing this clearing, it just feels like you're getting to some deeper stuff. I keep feeling that lately. During the last like 2 or 3 readings, it's felt more and more that way. Like you're definitely coming more into some deeper things and getting rid of them. So that doesn't surprise me with how sensitive you are to energies, that you're going to feel them in new or different ways. But this was definitely a thought form that you sensed in your dream, and then what you were sensing was it leaving. This was the energy that you were getting. I'm not sure if they took out the entire thing, if they took out part of it. It feels like they took out the whole thing. It does feel like they took out the whole thing. And it just feels like when they were done, they just woke you up. So I don't really feel like whatever kind of pinched you and woke you up, I don't feel like that was something negative. It was almost just like, okay, we're done now. And I almost feel like part of the reason that they even did it that way was because they wanted you to like be able to access the dream in your head. So they wanted you to be able to remember it. So if you had just stayed asleep and then they had kind of gone on into other things, or just they got rid of that, they don't need to do anything else, and your mind just starts going into blah, blah, blah things, you know, it would have been too long of a time before then and when you woke up to probably remember that, or possibly remember that. So it feels like that was the reason that they kind of woke you up suddenly as soon as it was done. It feels like they wanted you to remember the experience of it and remember what happened. Okay, so that is the end of this reading. So thank you very much, human angel, for allowing me to receive this information from your guides once again, and I will see you next week for the next reading. Namaste.